Was myself, it was a dominant fight. What was your plan coming to this fight?
The game plan coming into the fight, we know that Lance is probably one of the most well-rounded guys in the division. He can wrestle, he can strike, and it's hard to get him out of there. So the game plan was patience. I've matured as a fighter. My coaches and I were talking about it, and I used to do stuff, home run stuff, silly stuff with no setup, and we knew that like he's way too experienced for that. So it was just all about like moving, staying low, and being patient.
How much did you grow from your last fight to this one?
I grew a ton. You know, you learn the most from losses. You grow the most from losses most of the time, unfortunately. When you win, you know, you think everything is great. Very rarely do you go back and work on your shortcomings. So that last loss, like, it changed me totally.
Congrats on the win, Chris. How eager were you to start this season and just erase last year's memory?
I was so eager. That 6-month window felt like it was a year and a half because you're sitting on a loss. The PFL season used to go to New Year's Eve, so the window was a little shorter, and I was the alternate both times, so I was in action until New Year's Eve both times. So like the layoff to get back into it was like maybe 2-3 months. This time doubled that, like 6 months. So I spent a lot of time like soul searching and just trying to become better mentally, better physically.
And what's it feel to get a win like Lance Wall?
It's amazing. Like I said, that's a legacy fight for me, just like the Bubba Jenkins fight, because we all grew up wrestling, and those guys are elite wrestlers that have transitioned successfully into MMA. So for me, beating a 2-time world champ, I mean, you can't ask for much more than that, right?
Were you surprised by his approach? Because I think a lot of people expected him to go pursue that wrestling more.
Yeah, a lot of people probably were, but I wasn't surprised because he probably watched me fight Bubba, and he knows how good my takedown defense is. So I knew that, you know, I'm not just going to let you in on my legs. I'm a more experienced guy now, and I know how to stop those things.
Chris, last season, you know, you were a little bit more serious. This season, not to say you're not serious, but you're laughing more, you're smiling more. Is there something you did mentally to, you know, show that you're like maybe having more fun this season?
Yeah, I am having more fun. You know what? It might not be everybody, but for me, you have to learn how to be okay with going in there knowing that you're about to get pretty much lumped up, you know, bruised up, hit, maybe dropped. And I used to need to go in there with like a ton of intensity in order to like offset what was about to go down. And now I've fought so many times that I can like walk in there with a smile on my face, kind of bopping around, knowing, you know, someone's about to punch, kick, knee me in the head, and I'm cool with it because I spar a lot more now, and I spar with all these young dudes that are trying to take my head off at the gym, and it's all love at the end. So it's kind of like getting me used to just teeing it up with people.
And you sat back there, and you watched Bubba's performance. What did you think of it?
Yes, I did. He fought really well, actually. I was impressed with how poised he looked on his feet. He looked really confident, and he looked like he got himself in really good shape. So although he and I don't get along, I still give respect where it's due.
It seemed like you felt his biggest punch early and just shrugged it off. How big was that for your confidence?
Yeah, we know he throws big, hard left hands. That's one of Lance's MOs, left hands, left kicks. And you know it's coming from watching the tape, and it's like I said before, you gotta let one kind of hit you and take it, and once you take it, you're like, oh, okay, I see what it is, and then you get that confidence from there.
Real quick, Carlos on Zoom.
Hey Chris Wade, after that amazing performance you had, and in your last fight when you fought for a world title, what aspects from your last fight did you bring into this fight? Like, obviously you had the confidence. Is that the only thing you brought, or is there other things you brought from the last fight with Movlid?
You know, I didn't really bring anything from the Movlid fight. To tell you guys the truth, I never watched the Movlid fight. I'm hard on myself. I was disgusted with myself. I told everybody the truth. I've faced a lot of ridicule in the past in my career from being a wrestler, getting takedowns, and then laying in guard and not finishing a fight. So I don't really have a ton of respect when it gets done to me, because I know that's not what everybody wants to see. So I took that fight. I just kind of threw it in the garbage pail and said I'm going to become a different guy, and that's how we handled that.
Chris, you now beat
Thank you.
Bubba and Lance Palmer back to back. I know you had one of the toughest matchups tonight. I know everybody's blown away. Is there any guy on the roster that stands out to you think would be a fun dance partner, or is it just kind of whoever's next?
Let me hear it.
Oh man, this division's awesome. The PFL did an amazing job putting this division together. It's, to me, I mean, no offense to the other guys, this is the most stacked division in the company, hands down. These guys, even though I don't get along with them, there's beef, there's drama, they can still go. And I want to get my hands on Brendan so badly, so badly. I see the finals as me and him for sure. I mean, this first fight, they didn't do me any huge favors, giving me a two-time world champ out of the gate as a finalist. To me, like, the guy that he got to fight being like a 1,200 favorite, that was like, come on, dude. But that dude proved he was tough too. I was really surprised. I felt bad that he took that cut on his forehead. He was a goer. I didn't think Brandon won that fight. Honestly, we couldn't hear anything back there, but he didn't look like he won that fight to me.
Chris, you did a really good job taking away that lead leg. Was that something that was intentional coming into the fight, or was that something you developed on the fly within the game plan of the fight?
I'm sorry, like taking the lead leg away?
You were doing a good job kicking that leg.
Oh, his right leg. Yeah. He's a southpaw, so that's the leg that's out there. So we knew that we wanted to attack that. Ryan LaFleur and I have been ripping calf kicks a lot, and we got that calf guard now. So we're working on that a lot. So you see how well in this game calf kicks have been working. It's the last 3-4 years. It's just changing the game. So that's something that's just in my repertoire now.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Everybody good?
Wait, I need to get. I gotta throw that thing out there. Shit. Okay. Nobody else? Nobody.
Do you have anything to plug?
Yeah, I want to plug. I want to plug a couple of my sponsors: Jet Direct Mortgage, Empire Auto back at home on Long Island, my hometown of Islip, and also one of my sponsors, Marshall Rogan Inu, the new crypto. They're backing all the MMA fighters, and I hope that it leads to everybody doing better.